Hey guys, it's Adam Mitchell here with Treasure Trading. We are back with a 3-day recap. My camera's not turned on right now because it's not working, and the last few days have been really hectic. I've been in the middle of a move, so I apologize for the late video here on Friday, October 7th, 2022. So the last 3 days, here I can pull up my TraderView stats here. But my last 3 days, so here's Friday, I made $23. Yesterday, on Thursday, the 6th, I took one trade on WKEY, locked up 10 cents a share on 200 shares, made 20 bucks. And then the day before that, on Wednesday, I made $31. So yeah, so that would be a combined total of about, 75 bucks maybe, which isn't bad for 3 days. But I had already recorded my recap from Wednesday, October 5th. I just didn't have time to edit the video. So we're going to look at this day first, and then we're going to cut to me recapping these 2 days right here. So yeah, let's get into the video here, starting with Wednesday, October 5th. Hey everyone, it's Adam Mitchell here with Treasure Trading. We're back with another trade recap, and please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button and leave a like on this video. All right, so today is October 5th, 2022, and I'm ending the day up $31. I decided to just be done trading for the day because there was plenty of good opportunity that I didn't fully capitalize on, and that's kind of, I think, the purpose of this video today is to talk about that, which is what's going to be the indicator for me to hold my trades longer. What is going to help me hold my trades longer? Because on 2 of my trades, I didn't hold it for as long as I could have, and it just kept squeezing up higher and higher, and that's profit that I'm missing out on. And so I just want to know and figure out, how do I not miss out on that profit? So yeah, let's get into the trades. I'm ending up $31, which is about halfway to my profit target. I traded a few different stocks this morning, but we're really just going to look at KITT and PEGY. We're just going to take a look at those 2 stocks, because that's where my gains came from, but I could have made a lot more on these. So, all right, let's take a look. Okay, so here's my trade on KITT. So I can see that we've established this low here. We've got this level of support, and I'm like, all right, I got to buy this thing. I have to, because we're holding support, and we got what looks like a bit of an ABCD setup forming, and now I'm just waiting for the D to come in. So I'm about to get in with 150 shares at 513. So I'm in with 150 shares at 513, and we're squeezing up now. And I'm like, all right, let's keep going. So we're getting more of a squeeze. We're getting more of a squeeze, more of a squeeze. I was up like 40 bucks, and then I hit sell, and then I'm only up 30. So that's pretty annoying. But, this is where I decided to sell it, was up here. And what we're about to see is it's squeezing up even more. And it's squeezed all the way up into a halt up to 589. So I got a really good entry down here, sold it, not even halfway up, and now we're getting a big squeeze up. And I'm just like, okay, how do I not miss this? Like, how do I squeeze like maybe 2 times more out of this? Instead of only being up 30, how do I make sure that I'm up, 60 or something? I don't know. It's tough. I got to figure it out, because I really hate seeing all this profit that I missed. So, all right, so that's the first trade that I wanted to talk about on KITT. And then let's go to PEGY. All right, so my first trade on PEGY was this dip right here. I got in at about 240, and I'm looking for it to squeeze back up into 250. And it, kind of squeezed up a little bit. I just made a little, a few bucks on it. And then I got in for another dip, back at that 240 spot again. And it, pops up just a little bit, and I just go ahead and sell it. So now I'm up $8 on the stock. And then coming back to PEGY, I missed this very nice entry at the low here at 229. It made this nice double bottom, which, I just didn't take that trade for some reason. But we can see that it's popping up nicely here now. And I'm keeping it on watch still. And now we're getting an even bigger pop-up. And we came up into that 250 mark and we backed off of it. We sold up, we broke up to 254, and then we sold off that level, and now we're back down to 240. And then we can see right here, I mean, this stock wound up curling up nicely. I mean, it held up at these levels here, and then it just ripped up from 240 all the way up to 271. So now I'm like, all right, I'm keeping this on watch. I'm going to see if I can get some good trades on it. So right there, I took a position, you know, I just got in and out. I'm going to fast forward to when I took my winning trade on it. So right here, we can see that I'm taking a dip trade to the 9 moving average. I'm getting in with 100 shares. You know, I want to take a 200 share position, but I'm thinking that it might pull back more still, but I'm taking a starter up here at 260. And we can see it start to squeeze up. Okay, so now we're starting to get a squeeze up here, and let's see what happens. So I sold it because we're coming up into these highs, and I didn't think that we were going to break them quite yet. So now I'm up $10 on the stock. See what happens here. So we broke it, and then we got hammered back down again. Let's see what it does here. So it pulled back, and off of these levels here, we're getting that curl back up. So 260, we pulled back to 260. Now we're back up to 272. And it's really looking like it's going to make that breakout. So here I am doing something that I don't normally do because it can seem a little bit risky, but you know, this looks like it's really actually going to make the breakout. So I'm getting in with 100 shares at 277, right? Because we're getting that high of day breakout. So I'm adding into it for the break. Now we're up at 283. We went up to 285. Okay, so that's a good sign. And then right there, we get a bit of a dip again. And now I'm in total with 225 shares at 277. You know, this is really looking like we're going to get that big squeeze up. And let's see. I'm waiting for it to break out. We're getting a bit of a pullback, and I'm just like, come on, dude. Let's get that breakout. And then by this next candle, we're getting that squeeze back up in the high of day. I'm up about 20 bucks on the trade right now. You know, it went up to 288, then it backed off again. And let's just fast forward here to where I sold it. So it's coming up into 290, and I went ahead and sold it right there. Now, this is what I was thinking was, you know, I was watching the Relentless Trader live stream, and he kept saying that this thing had room up to 328. So I'm thinking, okay, other traders probably have that back of mind target of 328 as well. So maybe it can get up to that level. So that's kind of my back of mind target too, is 328, but it's coming up into this resistance at 289, and I'm just like, I don't know, I'm just going to sell it because I'm up. And then what does it do? It starts to squeeze up. It breaks through 289, hits a high of 292, squeezing up to 297. We're up at 297 now, up at $3. All right, so if I would have held on to that position to say $3, I mean, that would have been another $20 of profit, which is really good. So it's like I'm leaving money on the table with these ones, and how do I not do that? And then, of course, as it's coming up into $3 a share, I'm buying it because I'm like, oh, we're going to get the break. And we did get the break up to 304, but then when I realized that it was not just going to squeeze up like crazy, I sold it, and I lost some off the top, I think like $5. So, you know, let's see what PEGY wound up doing here. Yeah, it's just been selling off. So we hit that high of 304, and then we've just been selling off. So my whole thing is, you know, I should have maybe held it to 3, you know, just held it a little bit longer. I mean, that's the idea, is to just hold it a little bit longer. Just keep getting better at holding it just a little bit longer. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about in this video. Ending the day up 31, you know, that's good. You know, it's good to be green, but of course I want to be more green. You know, there was a lot of opportunity this morning on a few other stocks. I'm not really going to go into those ones. I really just wanted to talk about KITT and PEGY. So yeah, those are the trades that I wanted to talk about today. That's the video. And again, if you guys like these recaps, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. And yeah, you can keep joining me along my journey to becoming a consistently profitable day trader. All right, guys, that's it. Okay, so now let's jump to Thursday, October 6th. So I only took one trade on WKEY, and it was a 1 minute dip setup. You know, we can see right here, I bought this dip, right? So we got this push up here, and we got this pullback, and then we got this squeeze to the upside, and I sold it, man, at the top of this candle right here. So I bought it at like 212 and sold it at 222, I think. And after I took that trade, I was like, you know what? You know, my computer's not even all the way set up yet. I was just trading off of my laptop, and I was like, you know what? It's kind of difficult to trade just off of my laptop by itself. So I'm just going to take this one winning trade and just call it a day and go do something else and go get other stuff done that I needed to get done. So that was my trade from yesterday, Thursday, October 6th. Now let's get into today, Friday, October 7th, 2022. Man, today was a very frustrating day. I definitely left some money on the table and not happy about it. But I am glad that I ended the day green. But man, I got sucked into some flushes. I missed out on some profit. I was in some good trades and sold them early. But yeah, let's get into it. I don't want to go over every single trade that I took because, I mean, we can see here I've got 131 orders. I mean, I was just taking a bunch of trades. So I think the main ones that we're going to look at are ADTX and TOPS, right? Because those were my big ones, right? I lost 46 on ADTX and I made 62 on TOPS. And then everything in the middle was basically scratch. So yeah, let's get into the trades here. You know what? We're actually going to go over my first trade, which was on Lucy, because this was a flush that I got caught in. So, you know, pre-market, I decided to get in with 100 shares at $3 because I was thinking that we were holding up nicely. Here's the 20 moving average. We're holding up. So I was thinking that we could see a nice rip at the open all the way up to the, near the pre-market highs. So I've got two sell orders out here. One of my orders is at this level here at 320. And then my other one is at, I think, like 344 maybe. But yeah, let's see what it does. So here's the open. It starts to squeeze up. And I decided to, I was like, this is looking really good. I think it's going to squeeze up. But we're coming into this, these resistance levels right here. And I'll press play. So boom, we just get rejected. And I'm at my max loss now, right? I'm sitting near my max loss and I'm just like, dude, this is terrible. So boom, I cut it at max loss. So I'm really glad that I did that. Let's see what I ended up on this stock. I think I ended it up, let's see, Lucy, I actually ended up in the green, $7 on that thing. So yeah, maybe we'll take a look at that one again too. So yeah, let's see what happens throughout the morning here. All right, my next trade is on ADTX. I'm going to press play. So ADTX, we're about to get the break up through these levels here. So I'm looking to get in on a dip off of these levels. So right there, we're getting a dip down into the $4 range. And boom, I buy 150 shares at 397 because we're coming into low of day at 390. So I'm thinking we might get a bounce off of that. But here we go again. I'm down near my max loss again. And I'm just like, dude, man, I'm getting smoked right now. And I'm about to go ahead and cut this trade. Let's see. Yeah, so I went ahead and cut it, and I'm down 11 on that stock. So now I'm down, about $32 on the day, which isn't fun. Let's see what my next trade was. All right, so here's some profit that I missed out on. Okay, so this is that trade on Lucy that I was holding it. I was holding it at the open, and then it flushed down, and I hit my max loss. And then it starts to curl around. It starts to curl back up, and we get this big push, and then we get this big drop off, and now we're coming up again. It's like, man, it's just so tricky. Like I got stopped out on this first trade, which was unfortunate, and then just starts to ramp back up again. So it's like my morning is just not very fun, and I'm not really in sync with the stocks right now. I'm missing the trades on them, and yeah, it's just not a fun morning at this point. You know, it's about 9:50 at this point in the morning. All right, ADTX, man, fast forwarding to this one. So ADTX, my next trade here. So we're about to get a new 5-minute high on this candle, and I'm about to take it. And man, these breakout setups are just, I feel like they usually just don't work. And, you know, it takes a really specific type of market environment, I feel like, for these 5-minute breakouts to actually make a good move. But we can see, okay, so I'm going to press play on this. So I got in with 150 shares at 407. And as we can see, we're backing off. So I'm going to press play. So I'm just like, oh my gosh, man, come on. So boom, I'm selling into that drop off. And then what does it do? It starts to get bought back up, you know, but we can see I'm down about $30 on ADTX. But man, we sold off and now we're curling back up. And I'm just like, dude, what the heck? You know, but we can see that it didn't make a new low, right? It's holding this trend right here. So maybe I just didn't size it properly and I didn't draw the correct line in the sand. I just sold it when I was down like almost 20 bucks. And then it reverses right back up. It's like, man, so tricky. All right, so here's my next trade, TOPS. All right, TOPS. So this stock made this move up here. I'll rewind it to show you what the 5-minute chart looked like. So this is the 5-minute chart. It makes this ramp up from $6 all the way up to $7, pulls back all the way back down to $6.40, but it's holding the 9 moving average, and then we get a curl back up, and now we're getting back over the 200 moving average at 685, and we've made this push up to 720. So I'm like, all right, this thing has potential. So I'm going to see what kind of trades I can get on it. So switching over to the 1 minute, right? Like we can see here that we got this pullback into the 9 moving average, and I decided to go ahead and buy. I bought 50 shares at 694. And it's holding up. It's looking all right. And, you know, this kind of corresponds with the high back here and also the 200 moving average on the 5-minute chart that we were just looking at. And so we're holding up at all this support right here, and I'm just waiting for it to make a nice curl up. So here we go. We're starting to get a curl up. I'm up about 10 bucks, and I'm going to press play real quick so we can watch what happened. You know, this is where things got really tricky for me this morning. Like I'm already having a bit of a tricky day, and I can feel it. Like I'm feeling frustrated and maybe even a little bit sad because I'm just like, man, it's just such a tricky day. But the thing is, on Fridays are usually slow and tricky when the week has been really good. This week has been very good. There was a lot of momentum, a lot of breakout setups, a lot of opportunity to make some good money. And when that's the case, that Friday is usually pretty tricky. And I should have adapted to that, you know, at least mentally, and been like, hey, like let's not allow ourselves to get thrown off. Let's just see if we can take good trades, follow our rules, and so on and so forth. But man, dude, all right, I'm just gonna press play so we can watch what happened here. So I'm about to go ahead and stop out of this trade because it's just, you know, it's not really going, and I'm thinking it's about to just sell off, right? Because we have this type of pattern here. I thought that we were going to get another dip. So I went ahead and sold it. But now we can see here, boom, oh my goodness. Squeezes all the way up to 778. And then you can see that I just decided to buy in, right? I pressed buy, I got filled at 748. And, you know, we can see that I made like $3 on that. So I made like, here, I'm going to press pause real quick. Oh my God, see, this just added to my morning of frustration to miss that profit. I was in at 694 with 50 shares and we squeezed up to 780. I could have at least maybe made like $30 to $40 on that squeeze. But instead, I'm only making $11 on it, right? Because I made $8 down here, and then I made another 3 in this move. I could have made 3 times this if I would have just held it, right? I hadn't gotten stopped out yet, and I had a really good inclination, a good, my intuition was telling me that we were going to get a squeeze on this, which is why I was in it. And so, man, so frustrating. And then we can see that I'm taking these revenge trades up here. But yeah, let's see what else happens. So we can see here, like, I'm just going to skim over this. I'm taking trades all throughout this area, and we can see my P&L fluctuating. So, this is kind of like FOMO revenge trading. Like, I'm just not trading this range very well. I keep getting faked out and stopped out. And, we can see here that I'm only up $4 now. So all throughout this range, I gave back profit. And then boom, we can see here, let's see. So I've got my buy order out to buy 50 shares for this dip down into the 750 mark. So we touched, here, I'll press play. So I've got my order out. It just got filled. And now we're getting that reverse. Okay, so now I'm adding into it because this is looking really good. We can see that I'm up $30 on that. Like, I was up $30. Now I'm up $40. And I was selling, I sold up into this squeeze up here. And then, it wasn't exactly holding up very well, as we can see. But I'm up $46 now. Here, I'm going to press pause. So I'm up $46 now. I took this really good dip trade and got the squeeze up here. I made some decent gains on it, right? Like, not the best, not the worst. I probably captured half of this move here. But man, just imagine if I had that extra $30 on this, right? From this move back here. It's like, man, so much opportunity to do well. But I'm just not capitalizing on it as I should. So then I start taking stabs on it again, but let's just fast forward and see how it plays out. Yep, so here's another max loss trade on ADTX. So right here, I was getting in as we're breaking over the 20 moving average, but we were coming up into the $4 mark, which I should have known was going to be a difficult spot to break. But I got in with 100 shares at $3.97, and we can see here now that it's selling off quite heavily, and I'm down on it. And now I'm down at my max loss, and I'm just like, dude, oh my gosh, man. It's like I'm taking some bad trades here. I'm taking some good trades and I'm making money on them, but I'm also taking trades and I'm selling them early. So it's like all of those ingredients put together, I'm just not really performing well. I'm not getting really all that green. I was red on the day, and now I'm maybe just a little bit green. And, it's just not a fun day. It's like, man, come on, dude. Let's get it together here. So I wind up cutting this, I believe. Yeah, so I cut it right there. I locked up my $46 loss on ADTX because that's how much I lost on it altogether, was $46. All right, now switching back over to TOPS. So here we go. I'm getting in with 100 shares as we broke over the high of day. We came up to 872. We backed off back to 852, and I'm getting in with 100 shares at 852. But I don't even know what happens. Let's see if I make anything on it. Okay, there we go. It's kind of popping up a little bit. And, I locked up like $5. So now I'm up $51. And here we go. Let's see. So right there, I'm getting a dip with 25 shares at 846. Looking for this thing to squeeze up. So there we go. I mean, we got a nice little push right there. Now I'm up 57. All right, yeah, here's a trade on Lucy that I missed, that I skipped over by accident. But So I got in here with 100 shares at 334, you know, because we were getting this curl up, and I'm like, okay, this is looking good here for a squeeze. And you know what, I'm gonna press play. So right here, I'm hitting sell. I'm selling half at 346. I'm up about 10 bucks. And let's see here. I'm about to stop out the rest, break even, I believe. So I just sold that. And now I'm canceling that buy order that I had out there. And boom, we're flushing down hard. So it's like, all right, I think I gauged that move okay. But let's see what continues to happen, because I trade Lucy again a little bit later on here. Yeah, so right here on this dip, I got in with 100 shares at 307, and I'm just looking for a 10-cent pop. So we started to squeeze up, and I sold it, and now I'm up $7 on the stock. All right, cool. But let's see if there was anything else that I wanted to talk about from this video. Yeah, so I bought this dip off of VWAP, and it's kind of popping up a little bit. And I think I just go ahead and sell it. Yep, so right there I sold it, and then that put me up 62 on the stock, right? So yeah, so after all of that was said and done, I'm up $23 on the day. It's like, man, today was definitely super tricky. I missed some really good profit, man. And I also took I think I took like 3 full-size losing trades, you know, where I'm hitting my max loss per trade. I took like 3 of those, I think. It was just not a fun day of trading. But I'm glad I ended green. I'm glad I didn't get smoked this morning. And yeah, you know, that's the video. You know, that's the 3-day recap video there. You know, let's go back to the trader view. So the last 3 days here, let's see, what's today? The 7th. So the last 3 days I made about 75 bucks, which is cool. So far so good for the month. You know, I made about 200 this week. You know, I've got all green days this week, you know, but my last 3 days of trading were small, which isn't exciting, but it's good that I'm ending up 200 bucks this week. That's not bad. So yeah, that's the video. Again, I apologize for being kind of late, but yeah, you know, that's the video. And again, if you guys like these recaps, then please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and leave a like, and I will see you guys in the next video. All right, guys.